अजरबैजान और आर्मीनिया के बीच युद्ध के हालात हैं और दोनों ही ओर से ये युद्ध है लगातार बढ़ता जा रहा है। बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ में मौजूद हैं भारत में आर्मीनिया के एम्बेसडर आर्मेन मार्टिरोसन। सर, थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर ज्वाइनिंग TV9 भारतवर्ष।
Thank you for having me.
Sir, first of all, I wish to know what is the ground situation as of now, especially in Nagorno-Karabakh area. What is the ground situation?
As you probably know, early Sunday morning on September 27, Azerbaijan launched large-scale military offensive against the Republic of Nagorno-Karabakh, accompanied by air and artillery strikes targeting the civil population and infrastructure in around 50 towns and villages. This brutal attack came days after the statements of the president of Azerbaijan, Aliyev, at the UN General Assembly, and it was done in the stark contrast to the leadership. Armenian Prime Minister also talked at the General Assembly, and in the stark contrast to the leadership of Azerbaijan, my Prime Minister at the GA Assembly reaffirmed its commitment to exclusively peaceful settlement of the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. However, Azerbaijan time and again resorted to the military solution of the problem, and this is happening, as you probably know, not for the first time.
Yes.
4 years ago, in April 2016, Azerbaijan attempted to address the problem militarily.
Right.
The attempt has been failed. In July, they initiated another military escalation, not in Nagorno-Karabakh, but on the border with Armenia.
Right.
Again, they had a humiliating failure, and facing domestic problems,
right,
political problems.
Mr. Ambassador, let's talk about the present crisis. I have few informations, and Azerbaijan, they are claiming that they have inflicted heavy casualties on Armenian forces. They are claiming that heavy casualty they have inflicted on Armenian forces. So what is the ground reality as per your knowledge?
Ground reality is the next that probably, as you know, Armenian government is publicizing the situation. All networks internet are functional in Armenia, whereas from information point of view, Azerbaijan is blocked. So far we had suffered approximately 106 casualties and more than 200 injured. There are also 9 deaths among civilians, whereas according to our sources, Azerbaijan has inflicted more than 600 deaths only. So now large-scale escalation is unfolding on the ground.
Right.
The biggest problem at this stage is that the conflict is not only between Armenians and Azeris, but the biggest problem is the direct involvement of Turkey.
Yes. On the issue of Turkey, Mr. Ambassador, I would like to ask that Turkey is saying that it would do whatever is necessary, and there are reports that F-16 of Turkey have shot down Sukhoi 25. If this report is correct, because Turkey is denying it.
Absolutely correct. Turkish F-16 shot down the Armenian Su-25. Pilot passed away, and apart from this direct military support rendered to Azerbaijan, there is evidence which has been already manifested by international community that Turkey is transferring mercenaries from the northern Syria to Azerbaijan to fight and to support military escalation Azerbaijan.
This is very important issue. You are saying that Turkey is sending ISIS operatives basically. As per the reports, they are deploying ISIS operatives from Syria and Libya. So what is the reality? Is it right that Turkey is behind the ISIS presence in this very Nagorno-Karabakh area?
There is no any question today regarding this issue. Today by BBC was aired interview with one of the mercenaries from Syria who confessed himself about his participation in this military escalation. And from different countries we received very reliable information about the number, which is approximately 4,000 today, as of today, of mercenaries from Libya and from the Turkish-controlled Syria.
Right. So this is very serious. This is very serious that Turkey is deploying ISIS mercenaries. One more thing, there are reports that Pakistan has also sent its armed forces there in basically this Nagorno-Karabakh area. Pakistan, the role of Pakistan. There are several reports. Mr. Ambassador, can you confirm it?
Pakistan always has been staunch supporter of Azerbaijan in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict with its very detrimental and destructive engagement. There were a number of statements from top officials of Pakistan regarding the unconditional support from Pakistan to Azerbaijan, and I do believe that it is the case also for Pakistan. Their direct involvement into the conflict.
Yes, and it is very serious that Pakistan has a direct involvement in this conflict. What does it reflect? As per my knowledge, Pakistan doesn't recognize Armenia. Mr. Ambassador.
Yes, we don't have diplomatic relations. There are no diplomatic relations between Armenia and Pakistan since 1991. Because Pakistan has been rejecting establishment and normalization of the relations, conditioning it by the resolution of Nagorno-Karabakh problem in terms of Azerbaijan.
Right, and one more thing is very important is the Russian angle. Russia has also declared that in case this information is correct, that F-16 of Turkey has shot down Su-25 of Armenia, so it means that there might be escalation and Russia might also participate. So what is your take about Russian participation in this conflict, because Russia has a treaty with Armenia, security treaty?
Yes, Russia has a treaty with Armenia. So far Russia, together with another co-chair of the Minsk group of OSCE, which is mediating the peaceful resolution of conflict, and namely France, they have made a number of statements calling on sides to the ceasefire. But so politically, diplomatically, Russia together with France are very active. But as you know, President of Aliyev, responding to the calls of international community for the ceasefire, he conditioned ceasefire only with the total withdrawal of Armenian forces from the Nagorno-Karabakh. So in fact, he has presented an ultimatum which is never can be acceptable for Armenia and Nagorno-Karabakh.
Right. And one more thing, is there any possibility that Russia can also make the military intervention in this conflict, Mr. Ambassador?
We hope that situation will come under control, and there will no need for direct involvement of third countries. So now the most important to call into the order Turkey. This is the most important issue.
Right, and one more thing, how many casualties have your forces inflicted on Azerbaijan army? How many casualties? Because they are claiming that they have killed thousands of Armenian troops, Mr. Ambassador.
You know, nobody, I mean, they have expected the blitzkrieg, but as you see, you know, we have been very successfully defending our territories and our cities, towns, and villages. And this number, of course, doesn't have any grounds. I told you that the number of Armenian casualties is 105, whereas the number of Azeri casualties, according to their own sources, is more than 700.
So you are telling me that 105 is the Armenian casualties and more than 700 is the Azerbaijan casualty, Mr. Ambassador?
Yes, 105 is an official number of my government.
So you have given them 7 times more casualties.
At least.
One final question, Mr. Ambassador, one final question. What do you foresee if this conflict is going to escalate into a World War type scenario? Because there are concerns from few quarters that this may lead to a World War like situation, Mr. Ambassador.
Of course, I mean, we don't expect any World War situation, but the fact that this military escalation would affect the geopolitics in the region and beyond has no any doubts. Repercussions will go beyond the region. As I said, Turkish involvement, transfer of mercenaries from the Middle East, repercussions will be very dire and go beyond the region.
Right. And now this is the final question. If Turkey is trying to build a Islamic bloc against the Armenian governments, it's a sort of organizing all the Islamic nations on the basis of Islamic fundamentalism, which Turkey is often accused of, Mr. Ambassador.
You know, I doubt if Turkey would be able to mobilize, as you said, Islamic community. There are many countries, Islamic countries around the world that has demonstrated very balanced and very impartial approach and called on the sides for the ceasefire. So Turkey today, despite all its attempts to revisionist policies in not only in our region, but also in the Mediterranean, as you see, even in this region, when it comes to the problem of Jammu and Kashmir, but nevertheless, as we see, does not enjoy the support of majority of Muslim countries.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense to talk about Turkey as a leader in the Muslim world.
Thanks a lot, Honorable Ambassador, for talking to us, and we sincerely hope that peace prevails in the region as soon as possible. Thanks a lot for talking to us.
Armenia is, let me tell you in conclusion, that Armenia always has been committed to the peaceful resolution of Nagorno-Karabakh problem, and we are still committed, but we would never allow to present us ultimatums like the leadership of Azerbaijan and Turkey have been doing these days.
Right, Mr. Ambassador, this is your resolve. This is the resolve of Armenian government, and I appreciate you for joining us and telling everything in detail without any interruption. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
क्या आप पर भी बरपा है जालसाजी का कहर? सपने टूटे आपके, न घर के न घाट के। देखिए लूट घर हर रात 9:30 बजे। फिक्र आपकी,